Once upon a time, in a land where camels outnumbered cars, Somalia was renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, vibrant culture, and a sense of unity that transcended tribal boundaries. But then, like an uninvited guest at a wedding, terrorism known as Al-Shabaab gate-crashed the scene. It's a tale of terror, tears, and surprising brainwashing kids. Now don't let the name fool you. Al-Shabaab, or the youth in Arabic, might sound like the latest boy band sensation. But trust me, their journey has been far from harmonious melodies. These individuals have played a dangerous game. Once upon a time, they were building schools, and now they've turned into terrorists who have caused immeasurable pain and suffering across Somalia. It's like that neighborhood friend who used to be the life of the party and then turned into the prankster from hell, setting off fireworks in your backyard. But here's the kicker. Somalia isn't buying it anymore. The nation is saying, enough is enough. And leading this charge are the unsung heroes, the youth of Somalia. Somali history is no stranger to the indomitable spirit of its youth. From the earliest days of Islam to the relentless struggle for independence, young Somalis have always been the architects of change. Fueled by a profound sense of national identity and an unquenchable thirst for freedom, they've stood tall against colonial powers, etching their names into the annals of Somali history. Fast forward to the present day, where the stage is set for a new chapter. Somalia, once a symbol of African unity and peace, found itself tangled in a web of civil strife, but the winds of change are blowing strong. In 2023, Somalia stands at the precipice of liberation from the clutches of terrorism, and leading the way is none other than President Hasan Sheikh Mohamud. He's not your average septuagenarian. He's a determined warrior who's traded his office chair for combat boots.
The establishment of Somali National Army has created enough space today, and we are expecting that space will be further expanded. War against extremism is not military only. It has other facets, economic, social.
Welcome to Rise Africa, the gateway to captivating stories from the heart of the African continent. I'm thrilled to have you here with us today as we embark on a journey of discovery and inspiration. At Rise Africa channel, we're your passport to the extraordinary tales that shape our world. So, fasten your seatbelts and hit that subscribe button, because the adventure begins right here. In the ever-evolving global landscape, Somali youth have emerged as the fearless vanguard in the relentless fight against terrorism. They're not just rewriting Somalia's narrative, they're penning a saga of resilience and hope. The majority of today's youth are torchbearers of peace and progress, making significant strides in the war against terrorism, particularly against the nefarious Al-Shabaab, across military, financial, and ideological fronts. Leading the charge against terrorism is the Somali National Army, SNA, commanded by a cadre of young, dynamic leaders. Answering the call to defend their homeland, fresh high school and college graduates have stepped forward. In just 1 year, the National Army has earned accolades, both domestic and international, for their valor and unwavering resolve. With their deep knowledge of the terrain and unwavering patriotism, they've reclaimed vast swaths of land once under terrorist control. But the mission doesn't stop at military victories. The SNA is all about restoring peace in newly liberated regions, safeguarding civilians, and revitalizing towns with essential services. They're not just warriors, they're educators, countering extremist ideologies and inspiring hope through education. Engaging directly with local communities, they promote dialogue, critical thinking, and resistance to extremist recruitment tactics. The result? Many terrorists choosing to lay down arms and embrace peace. In the quest for national security and stability, civil servants play a pivotal role in anti-terrorism and liberation operations. Directors general, policymakers, and officers tirelessly contribute to counter-terrorism strategies and post-Al-Shabaab stabilization and development efforts in recently liberated regions. From law enforcement to policy implementation, they're the unsung heroes in the background. Recognizing the critical need to disrupt terrorist financing networks, well-educated young officers have assumed leadership roles within Somalia's governing institutions. They're the financial sleuths, diligently working to cut off the financial lifelines of terrorist groups. This financial crackdown is a crucial component of the government's multi-pronged strategy against terrorism. But it's not just about politics and policies, it's about bread and butter too. Young entrepreneurs are leading the charge against poverty, a breeding ground for extremism. They're not just job creators, they're nation builders, establishing businesses, generating employment opportunities, and stimulating overall economic growth. It's worth highlighting that the positive changes extend well beyond the fight against terrorism in Somalia. In the northern regions of Somalia, such as Sul, Sanaag, and Togdir, there has been a recent liberation from the separatist-controlled Somaliland. These areas have now transitioned under the administration of Katumo State, which is firmly committed to the vision of uniting Somalia. The youth within Katumo State are playing a crucial role in bridging historical divides. Meanwhile, Somaliland has historically been a major contributor to the fragmentation of Somalia. Somalia is now on a path to reunification, addressing a long-standing issue where some leaders, especially those from member states of the federal government, like Somaliland, had claimed they were not part of Somalia. It's important to clarify that there has been no formal vote within Somalia that supported Somaliland's breakaway. Somalia's future looks significantly brighter with President Hasan Sheikh's dedicated efforts since taking office to eradicate the threat posed by Al-Shabaab. If Somalia achieves lasting peace, its economy stands to become one of the largest in Africa, given its abundant resources and entrepreneurial spirit. Somalia boasts a remarkable geographical location with significant strategic importance. It has the longest coastline in Africa, stretching along the eastern edge of the continent, which makes it strategically positioned for maritime trade and transportation. Additionally, Somalia's geographical location provides it with a key role in air, sea, and land routes connecting various parts of the world. One noteworthy aspect of Somalia's strategic importance is its role as a transit point for goods and trade. Products from China, for instance, often pass through Somalia on their way to destinations like London, New York, or other African countries. This underscores Somalia's significance as a part of global trade networks. Furthermore, in the 1980s, Somalia was indeed a popular tourist destination in Africa. Its beautiful landscapes, historical sites, and vibrant culture attracted visitors from around the world. Unfortunately, due to decades of conflict and instability, Somalia's tourism industry has suffered, but its potential for tourism remains an important aspect of its identity and potential for the future. From the shadows of the Al-Shabaab war to a hopeful Somali future, where they can rise as a significant economic player on the global stage, we've witnessed the indomitable spirit of Somalia's youth. They've evolved from warriors to educators, from financial sleuths to entrepreneurs, and from defenders of their homeland to architects of a brighter tomorrow. Somalia's potential as a major economic player is undeniable. With abundant resources and a resilient entrepreneurial spirit, they stand poised to make a significant impact on the world stage if they can move beyond their dark history. As we wrap up this video, think of it as the end of a thrilling chapter, but stay tuned because the adventure has just begun. At Rise Africa, our journey is an open road with exciting twists and turns. Join us by hitting that subscribe button, and together we'll explore uncharted territories of knowledge. So for now, as we bid you farewell, remember, our stories are like a compass guiding you through the wonders of our world. Until next time, keep that curiosity burning bright.